Hello everyone, happy Easter. Let's have a look at today's Gospel together. So this is a reading from the Gospel according to John. Early on Sunday morning, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb and saw that the stone had been taken away from the entrance. She went running to Simon Peter and the other disciple whom Jesus loved and told them, "They have taken the Lord away from the tomb, and we don't know where they've put him." Then Peter and the other disciple went to the tomb. The two of them were running, but the other disciple ran faster than Peter and reached the tomb first. He bent over and saw the linen cloths, but he did not go in. Behind him came Simon Peter, and he went straight into the tomb. He saw the linen cloths lying there, and the cloth which had been around Jesus' head. It was not lying with the linen cloths, but it was rolled up by itself. Then the other disciple, who had reached the tomb first, also went in, and he saw and believed. But they still did not understand the scripture, which said he must rise from death. Then the disciples went back home. The Gospel of the Lord. I wonder what the biggest surprise is that you've ever had. One of mine is this. Coventry City being top of the league with a game in hand, looking at them not win the league. It's something I never thought I would ever see, and it's one of the many reasons why I'm looking forward to everything being back to normal and the football season starting again. But I wonder what yours is. Your biggest surprise might be maybe a surprise party that someone threw for you, or maybe it was a wonderful gift that someone surprised you with that you weren't expecting, or possibly a surprise twist in a film that made you jump. What happens in the Easter story, the resurrection, for us isn't a surprise at all really. We've been expecting it, and we've been preparing for it throughout the whole of Lent. But for the disciples and for Mary Magdalene, it was a massive surprise. It was something they weren't expecting. For the disciples and for Mary Magdalene, finding the empty tomb probably didn't fill them with the joy that we expect it would. I think reading between the lines, it seemed like it made them scared, it made them angry, maybe confused, maybe a bit alone. They don't understand what's going on, and they're worried about what's happened to Jesus' body. And that's kind of epitomised by the last line of the reading. The disciples just went home. That doesn't sound like the people who were celebrating about something amazing that's just happened. They went to self-isolate. They went to tuck themselves away. Now these are probably emotions that a lot of us can empathise with at the moment, and ones that we're probably having ourselves. You know, feeling scared about stories in the news, angry maybe about missing out on things at school and missing out on things that we're doing in our normal lives, feeling a bit confused about why this is happening and when it's going to end, and maybe feeling a bit alone, cut off from the people that we love and care about. But the Easter story isn't one of sadness or loneliness. If I'd carried on reading in the scripture there, a little bit later on we hear about how Mary Magdalene is stood at the tomb by herself. The disciples have gone off home, and she stood there crying when Jesus appears to her to comfort her, to cheer her up. And instantly her mood is changed from one of despair to one of joy, and she runs home. She chases after the disciples to go and tell them what's happened. And again, I can only imagine what their mood was like, how it must have changed from one of despair and sadness to one of excitement and joy and celebration. This Easter is an invitation for us to try and change our focus too, from one of maybe worry or anxiety to one of joy and happiness. Let's give our worries to Jesus. He's there for us, to look after us, just like he was there for Mary when she was upset. And let's try and look for the opportunities that this situation might bring us. Maybe the opportunity just simply to spend more time at home with our families, and we wouldn't normally get to do that. Maybe it's the opportunity to try and learn something new. I'm trying desperately to become better on the electric guitar, and I know of lots of people who are trying to learn to play a musical instrument, so maybe you can use this time to learn a new talent. Or possibly it's the opportunity to catch up with friends and family over phone or over the internet that we haven't spoken to for a long time. But it's also an opportunity for us to spend a bit more time with God and to develop that relationship and to become a bit closer with Him. So with that in mind, I'm off to go and hunt in the garden for my Easter eggs, which my daughter and my wife have hidden, so hopefully I can find them. And I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you have a wonderful, a happy and a blessed Easter. Happy Easter everyone. See you later.